Dads of a young child, see if you can relate to this. My daughter was about 5 years old. We're headed to kindergarten, normal day, except on this day, she couldn't find her shoes. Not just any shoes, her favorite shoes. So I'm yelling at her to get in the car, we're gonna be late, and she is screaming and crying that she needs to find her shoes. Now, to an adult, in my adult brain, in my adult situation, that's not that big of a deal. Just find another pair of shoes and let's go to school. However, to my 5-year-old, this was a very big deal. Except for me, not having much empathy at the time, I'm yelling at her just to get in the car, let's go. So she finds some random pair of shoes and we leave. She's in the back of the car, she's crying the entire way to school. I'm getting upset and worked up, trying to tell her to be quiet because I'm embarrassed that she's going to be crying because of me. All kinds of stuff going on. She gets to school, she slams the door as she gets out, and she goes to her class. I started thinking about that, right after that, and I had recently been learning new ways of handling things and said to myself, I didn't handle that very well. What could I have done differently? Well, I didn't look at it from my daughter's perspective at all. I looked at that situation from my, then 40-year-old brain, and it's not the same. So guess what? As a parent, you get the chance to do it again. So not a couple of days later, same exact situation. This is a true story. We're getting ready for school and she can't find her shoes again. Now, the difference here is I remembered how bad this situation got to. So I thought to myself, I said, what could I do here? Maybe a little bit of empathy. I could put myself in the situation of my child. So when she yelled and said, I can't find my shoes, I immediately came to her and said, oh, wow, you can't find your favorite shoes? That must feel horrible. And I saw her kind of get a little bit less crying, a little less angry. And I said, well, hey, let me go help you find them. So I helped her find them. We found the shoes. We get into the car and we go happily to school. And she smiles, gives me a kiss goodbye, and everything's wonderful. The point of this story is, one, we have the ability as parents to try again when we mess something up, because we're going to. The second, and this is the most important thing in parenting, in my opinion, it's having empathy for our children. That situation, the same situation happened, and that situation was completely turned around because of me deploying empathy. Yes, we were still in a hurry. Yes, the shoes were still not a big deal to me. All of that's the case, but it didn't matter. I looked at the situation from my daughter's perspective. Those shoes were important to her. So, next time you're in a situation where your child is getting really frustrated, try to deploy empathy. Look at it from your child's situation. Feel how your child might be feeling, and you will have a completely different experience. You will begin to connect with your child, and your parenting will improve. I'll see you next time.